sup from Willowgen.
Thank you. At what point, after a child has been burnt, another has bitten into plastic, bugs have been served up in lunches, will you concede that this program has been a flop?
About the same time as you get an Oscar for that performance.
Supplementary.
Yeah.
Instead of bullying those who speak up about the school lunches, why won't you allow anybody who is not happy with the school lunches provided by the School Lunch Collective to leave the contract?
Well, it's very simple. We deliver free meals paid for by the taxpayer. That is a very good deal. And as for your accusations of bullying, I mean, this is supposed to be an exercise in evaluating value for taxpayer money. If you're looking for another career as an actor, then, you know, I don't like your chances.
Do you think it's appropriate? Do you think your behaviour has been appropriate?
I absolutely do.
Can we just pull this back in?
Yeah.
Let's just lift it, ask the question, get an answer. But the point is well made. If you want a serious answer, ask a serious question.
It is a serious question. The way the Deputy Prime Minister has been bullying a principal who was simply speaking up on behalf of her school after they had an issue, I think is unprofessional by this minister. That school has asked to leave this program before, and that has not been allowed.
Well, I flatly reject the accusation.
Right.
You know.
So I'm going to move on to
bullying. So back on charter schools, I mean, we've only just managed to get some enrollment numbers from the agency because schools are being directed not to reveal their enrollment numbers by the agency for reasons of commercial sensitivity. In terms of that, I think our latest figures were something around 400 and over 450 for 8 schools. Do you think that this is the best use of taxpayers' money?
Yeah, absolutely, because the children in these schools are entitled to an education. And I think one of the things that's sometimes forgotten is those children do actually deserve an opportunity. Just because they go to charter schools, which some people don't like, doesn't take away from that child's right to opportunity. Then you say, okay, well, you know, how many students are there and how much funding in the first year? The reason that I've been keen not to have these figures bandied about is that there will always be people who try and do the maths and construct a false figure for how much these schools cost per student. The truth is that they cost exactly the same as a state school over the 10-year contracted period, which is the right way to do it. And I'll give you an example of what it looks like on the ground. This morning I was at Busy School, K Road, Auckland, is at their prize giving. Absolutely astonishing the turnarounds and some of these students' lives in 1 year. They started off at the start of this year with 26 students. Now they've got about 70. They have 96 enrollments already for the start of next year. They'll hit 100, which is their goal. And their goal is to grow through to 200 by the end of next year. And based on their performance this year, I think they'll do it. So I would say if you look at that school as they grow, a lot of kids' lives being turned around, and they get to a scale where they cost no more or less than a state school with the same children. Yeah, I'd say the first year is worth it to get there.
Supplementary Minister, you just mentioned there the reason why you didn't want those figures out there. So was it that it is politically sensitive, not commercially sensitive?
No, actually, it's because I know that if they are attacked with false figures, then that's going to prejudice their commercial position.
Okay, Lawrence, your
well, it's not what I just said.
I have a couple of steps on this. And I think the first one, to pick up on what the minister is saying, if they are being paid at the same level, why then has the minister not proactively released the calculations of the formula or how much each school is being funded for?
Oh, we're happy to do that, you know, over the time of the 10-year contract. But what we haven't wanted to do is release numbers in the first few months when they have a very small number of students. As all schools, a state school starts up, a private school starts up, they all have a small number of students on the first day, and then have people, as I've seen in the past, misuse and misinform based on calculations that don't reflect the cost of the school per student over its lifetime, which is the price that matters.
That's not the only calculation available. Second sub, if the charter schools model is around having the flexibility to design different learning models, proud of. How does that match up with the Minister of Education's goal of having a nationalized and standard consistent knowledge-rich curriculum? Isn't that in conflict?
No, not at all. Erica is doing, I think, an absolutely incredible job of running state schools well. Good curriculum, good pedagogy, good initial teacher education, good buildings even, because they're in a real mess, but she's fixing that up. What we're doing is making sure that charter schools as an alternative, which also have all of those things but different, are a competitive and attractive alternative, because look, students are all different and they should have choices, and under this government they do. They have a very competitive state system and very good charters.
If what we're seeing is that the minister's doing a good job, but then charter schools also doing a good job, and they're completely different curriculum, which one is right then?
Well, here's the thing. The Green Party used to believe in diversity, and sometimes different people have different needs and they can both be happy together.
You just can't do that.
But then the question is, don't we have enough diversity already in terms of the flexibility? So,
Well,
for
I think-
example,
well, I
why
think-
can't we have?
Well, I think
special
that should
parents?
be up to the parents and the students, and they should choose. And I hope that there'll be an educational opportunity that best fits every student, so they can each reach their potential in this beautiful country.
Okay, I think that's a good place to leave it. Let's move
Thank you
into
very much.
private. Thank you, Minister. Thank you to all the advisors and ministry staff. In Alan.
Well done, Minister. See ya.